Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sunday Night Live. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. And this week, I wanted to touch on, I didn't get any specific requests, but I wanted to continue our conversation about sales funnels. And specifically, this week will be like ideas on how to start your sales funnels and opt-in ideas. So each funnel for a business, I'm listening for my son. Each funnel within your business and for each particular business will be unique. You can even have multiple funnels within your business for each avatar and each product. So it can get quite complex, but I never suggested you try to start off complex. I suggest you start off simple with one funnel. But just know that no two funnels are the same, and you have many options when trying to work out the specifics. To start figuring out how to start your sales funnel, like the first steps to get someone into your funnel, which is usually, it starts at the awareness and engagement stage, but many people think of the funnel as the start is when they opt in, but it actually starts way before that at the awareness stage. But for today's conversation, we're talking about opt-ins and subscribing. So where do you find ideas of how to get people to opt into your list? Well, first, it all depends on what the product is in your market. So usually a recommended idea is if you have a product that you're trying to promote, a large sale product, you take a splinter off of that and use that as your opt-in. That can be in the forms of checklists or worksheets or anything like that. You can do some keyword research using Google Keyword Tool or SEMrush to see what people are searching for in your demographics and in your niche. And you can look at competing prices, including your competitors' funnels. Now, don't think that looking at your competitors' funnels is shady business. It is if you try to copy it, but you can look at your competitors' funnels and try to figure out how you can fill the unfilled need and unfilled hole. I myself in my business can't fulfill everybody's needs. There are more than enough opt-in ideas out there for everybody. So you can look at your competitors and you can see where there could be a potential opportunity for you to create something that your audience would be interested in. But always keep in mind that your opt-in needs to be related to your overall funnel and the end goal, which is usually to purchase your products or services. So it's really, really important to plan out your sales funnel in a very visual way that allows you to see the larger pictures. And there are many, many tools out there, such as mind maps and diagrams, to help you create a detailed sales funnel. I do actually have a Google sheet that I created that I will give you for free in the comments after I get off the live, that will show you how to generate your own sales funnel, and it's a step-by-step process that I've created using a Google Sheet, and I will provide that to help you plan it out. It's really a good idea to have it as detailed and solid as possible, but know that you can stay flexible. So if something doesn't end up working the way you thought it will, know that you can go back and redo your funnel. The only way to do that is to really track your conversions. Usually through Google Analytics is the number one way that I track conversion rates for funnels. Usually because you have more than one source of traffic coming through. There are lots of paid tools out there that will let you do the exact same thing. But for my purposes, I always refer back to Google Analytics to track conversions, and then I look at where the weak spots are, where are people dropping off, is that an acceptable drop-off rate, conversion rate, is there room for improvement? So when it comes to opt-in offers, the opt-in offer is your entry point to your sales funnel, and the only incentive is to give their name and email address, sometimes a phone number, depending on the industry, in exchange for the freebie. There are a couple of different ways that you can create free downloads, but things to keep in mind are, one, it needs to be instant gratification, meaning that they need to receive it right away. It needs to be rapidly consumable, and there needs to be a high perceived value. So how you execute this, whether it be electronic downloads or a course or apps or free software, actually is irrelevant, because the most important thing is that it is relevant, consumable, high perceived value, and actionable. So I really like checklists. I really like workbooks. A free video series works really, really well as well. And you can get really fancy with things like ManyChat and delivering all of this kinds of stuff when it comes to paid advertising. If you're doing it in the SaaS world, which is software as a service, it's usually a free trial software. And those are really, really popular. You can also do free trials of your memberships. You can do free consultations, free 15-minute consultations. It really, really depends on your end goal. And so how I work with a client to figure out what their opt-in will be is I take their end goal, whether that would be a one-on-one coaching program, or it could be purchasing products, and I backtrack, creating splinters, little parts off of it, in order to create the opt-in offer. And then from there, I create the ads to go from there. So again, to reiterate, elements of an excellent opt-in offer are that it is a free product in exchange for an email that must deliver results. It must have must be irresistible and solve an urgent problem. It needs to be something that's unique that people won't find elsewhere. And it can help if your incentive has a limited time offer to add urgency. That's really, really important, but not necessary. Usually I would worry more about urgency when it comes to exchange of money. It needs to be visible everywhere possible, your website, your social media, everything. And always really important to use a landing page or a squeeze page where the only action on that page is to provide the opt-in. Things like lead pages are really, really good for that. I build my own. I have templates, but lead pages is the one I usually go to for recommendations, and to create landing pages and squeeze pages, just because it's really, really important that when someone clicks from an ad and goes to a landing page, that there be one single action on there. Now, a couple things to note, and I'll go on a tangent about landing pages, is you must always have your logo on there, and it must be clickable to your website. That is actually Google and Facebook ad policy. You must always have your terms of service and your privacy policy on your landing pages and squeeze pages. Again, that is advertising policy. And those are the two big things that I see on a regular basis when I land to on landing pages of people who are just getting into this industry. Those are the biggest mistakes in violation of ad policy, is that there's no privacy policy, no terms and conditions, and there's no click of the logo to their main website. All those three things are actually within ad policy for Google and Facebook. So it's really, really important to have those in there. So that's just going to be a segue into next week's webinar, or next week's Facebook Live. I'm thinking in my head. I am doing a webinar on the sales funnel that is more detailed of what I've been talking about in some of the these Facebook Lives, and I'll be providing a course book and workbook, and I'll put the link in the group for you to register if you're interested in that, and that'll be on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And if you're really focused on trying to generate a sales funnel that produces reproducible, predictable results and revenues, then this would be a really, really good webinar for you to sit in on, and you'll learn more details about this. So I'm going to leave it at that. Again, it's short and sweet. I always like to keep these around 10 minutes so that they're easily consumable. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Other than that, I hope everyone had a wonderful week, and we will be in and out of the group throughout the week, and I hope you have a successful week coming up. share your wins in the group if you have any. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can put those in the group, and myself or my team will be best to try to answer them. So until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks, everyone.